you guys, I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to Film Theory, the secret ingredient of SpongeBob's Krabby Patty by the Film Theorist. I haven't reacted to a Film Theorist video in a long time now, but this title freaking caught my attention. I always wanted to know the secret ingredient to the Krabby Patty, and apparently Matt Pat has figured it out, so I guess this is going to be very freaking interesting, huh? Anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Film Theorist. Without any further ado, let's begin.
I'm Geraldo Rivera, and you're about to witness a live television event. A massive concrete vault has been discovered. Well, tonight, for the first time, that vault is going to be open live.
Okay.
Holy shrimp!
Man, I miss these intros. Ba, ba, ba.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show that uncovers secrets with all the determination and success of plankton. Oh, shoot, that's not really a good thing, is it? SpongeBob
Oh, that's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot, saying that.
SquarePants as a franchise has been so omnipresent since its debut in 1999 that I think most of us assumed that it would never go away, which is part of the reason why the loss of Steven Hillenburg, its creator at age 57 by ALS, was so tragic. It's not exaggerating in the slightest to say that he gave us some of the most iconic characters, most quotable lines, and memorable moments of recent history.
Yeah, that's true. I think he did. He pretty much did. Does that mean they're gonna be stopping SpongeBob now that he passed away? Or are they gonna continue on without him?
Is without question one of the most influential people in children's programming and current internet culture. It's probably for all those reasons that one of the most requested film theory topics of the last year has been from SpongeBob. Specifically, the question that all us burger lovers, sponge lovers, and spongy burger lovers want to know: what is the Krabby Patty's secret formula?
Yeah, I always wanted to know. Didn't one episode of SpongeBob, like, people thought it was like crab, like literal crab, or something like that? I don't know. Or am I just making things up in my head at this point? I don't freaking. Could be either.
It's a question that's persisted for so long that it feels like it should be sacrilegious to try and answer it. But if there's one thing that film theory stands for, it's treating nothing as sacred. So today, SpongeBob is on the menu.
I can't wait.
The biggest problem with trying to figure out the Krabby Patty secret formula is that any time it comes up in the show, we run into some suspicious problems. These problems make it hard to pinpoint just what the secret formula actually is. We know for a fact that the secret formula for a Krabby Patty is referring to the patty itself, and not what's actually on the burger, because we already...
Yeah, and I thought in one episode they mentioned that it was actually crab that was in it. Am I crazy? I'm pretty 99% sure that was a thing, wasn't it?
We know the full list of what goes on these things. Or do we? The Krusty Krab is surprisingly fast and loose with this information, since as early as Season 1, Episode 6, the episode Pickles, SpongeBob reveals all the ingredients to a Krabby Patty with the works.
I can't put a patty on a bun with lettuce, cheese, onions, tomatoes, ketchup, mustard, pickles, and top bun together in that order!
SpongeBob exposed the truth. Hashtag Krabby Patty exposed.
From the mouth of the chef himself. But then the story changes, because 2 seasons later we hear a different recipe from the Krusty Krab commercial shown in As Seen on
Oh wait, they changed the recipe?
TV, Season 3, Episode 7.
Wait, so did the writers of SpongeBob even know, like, how Krabby Patty's made, or do they just kind of make it up on the spot when they refer to it?
It's pretty significantly different. This one is missing mustard, tomatoes, and onions, which are not underseas veggies. I'll give him cucumbers, since I guess those could be sea cucumbers. And this secret sauce, which SpongeBob didn't list at all, despite him describing a Krabby Patty with the works. Literally everything on it.
Can you make me one with everything?
I like that reference to that guy making the joke to the Dalai Lama.
Hey, at no point is it said in the show that you need a pinch of Poseidon powder, like some recent rumors circulating the internet have been saying.
I've never heard of that before. What? Is this Poseidon powder? I wasn't aware of that.
That was a mistake on the fan wiki, and it actually has no grounding in the show itself. That's why you gotta be careful when trusting non-primary sources. Though I will say, Poseidon powder is slang for cocaine, and if cocaine
Is it really? I never knew that.
were indeed the secret ingredient in these patties, it would result in the addictive power and taste of love that the Krabby Patty often possesses. So maybe it wasn't that far off. But like I said, no actual evidence of it in the show, because if there was
Yeah, I've never heard of that ever.
evidence of it in the show, you know I would be all over that like Squidward on a vault full of Krabby Patties. Telling you your favorite cartoon characters are addicted to cocaine is like my favorite pastime.
Well, everybody needs a hobby, I guess.
So what is really going on here? Well, for the answer, maybe we can turn to the real recipe. Luckily, in Krabby Road, Season 6, Episode 1, Plankton dupes SpongeBob into joining his band, which gives him a chance to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, and for the first and, to my knowledge, only time, we actually get a glimpse of it right before Plankton is caught. And what we see is gibberish? What's the
Kugjivabil. Are these words from different languages? Is this a secret ingredient right there?
deal? This is the official Krabby Patty secret formula kept in the restaurant, so why is it just a bunch of gobbledygook? Well, two different possibilities exist. Possibility one, it's the real formula, but it's written down using some kind of coded cipher. And
Oh, I never thought of that.
if Plankton had the right decryption key, he could translate that garbled gibberish into the real thing. Possibility two, this ingredients list isn't real. Mr. Krabs is lying about the recipe. And if you try to break apart this formula, this starts to seem more and more likely. One of the most common ways to break a simple cipher is with frequency analysis.
I tell you, the frequency of how many times I have seen my kids is non-existent ever since my wife took them.
The idea being that if you have a long enough string of text, you can match certain letters in the cipher to certain letters based on their frequency. For example, a letter that appears a lot of times in the cipher is more likely to be a vowel like E or A, or a consonant like S or T. But when we run SpongeBob's Krabby Patty formula through a frequency analysis tool, we find these results. The most common letters are H and G, followed by S, F, and D.
So it can't be actual words then. Just no vowels at all. So it's more likely Mr. Krabs just making a fake one. Or it's that the writers don't actually know what to put on the secret formula, so they just write a bunch of randomness. That's what I'm tending to believe. You gotta prove me wrong, Matt. You gotta expose the secret Krabby Patty formula, Matt.
Frequency analysis tool doesn't suggest any possible solutions to the cipher, but the letters and their frequency could still provide another hint. You see, they're all letters from the middle part of the keyboard, and the two most common letters are H and G specifically, which are in the absolute dead center of the keyboard. What would fit perfectly with this arrangement of letters is if someone like Mr. Krabs just wanted SpongeBob to think that this was the secret recipe, and so he just mashed on the keyboard to produce these non-words.
What a genius.
And here's where Mr. Krabs' real secret formula starts to come out. It's all a ruse. There is no secret formula. It's why the ingredients list
There is no secret formula? But then what's the patty made out of? I think that's the question. What's the patty made out of? Because if the patty isn't a normal, beef patty, then whatever's in it obviously is important.
for the Krabby Patty seems so variable throughout the series, both with and without the special sauce. Why the official patty recipe is a bunch of keyboard mashing. It's here that we learn a very important lesson about SpongeBob as well as our own world. It's not about the food, it's about the business. Mr. Krabs is a lot of things, and one thing he is not is an expert chef, but what he is an expert businessman.
So it's all a marketing trick or something?
The secret to the Krusty Krab's success isn't his amazing recipe, but his amazing marketing.
Oh, it is marketing. But then why does everyone go crazy over it? Because you might be able to market something good. Like if I were to see an advertisement for a burger on TV, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go get it, I go get it, and it tastes horrible, I'm not gonna come back. But you see, the people at the restaurant keep coming back, and they like crave it. So there obviously is something important there that makes them want to come back and crave it, right? Poseidon powder seems believable at this point.
Ability. He creates the mystery around his patty as a one-of-a-kind burger. But let's face it, this is a hamburger, Krabby burger, whatever. It's not unique. The secret formula is all just a big marketing ploy. Doesn't seem likely. Just look at examples in the real world. Technically, there is nothing about a McDonald's burger that you can't replicate at home or at another restaurant. Comparing the
Yeah, but a McDonald's burger isn't that crazy addicting or anything. But everyone who eats Krabby Patties seems to have some form of, like, love or affection towards it. You know, like Squidward eating crazy amounts. That's not normal. That ain't a normal patty. Okay.
The Big Mac to the Big King, these things are essentially the same. Most of the value from McDonald's lies in the brand that people trust. McDonald's brand is reliability. The Krusty Krab's brand is uniqueness. It's the reason that McDonald's spends $2 billion a year on advertising.
They spend that much money on advertising? I did not. Wow. $2 billion. How much money do they make? Because you gotta make more than that to pay for it. Like, that's insane.
You can make the best food in the world, but if no one knows about it, you're gonna go out of business pretty quickly. But if you're a savvy businessman like Mr. Krabs, or a $137 billion company like McDonald's, creating awareness for your brand is a lot more important than serving up patties that are objectively the best tasting.
But when everyone who tries a Krabby Patty falls in love with it, that means that there is obviously something special about it that would make someone go crazy over it. So there has to be more than advertising behind it.
The Krabby Patty is the ultimate guerrilla marketing tactic. You start a rumor about your own franchise that makes it sound vague and mysterious.
Love it! Kind of vague and mysterious.
And then rather than spend money on marketing, you let word of mouth do the work for you. And you get people talking about your product without having to spend a dime.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
But they're crazy about the product. If they like the product, they'll talk good things, right? So there obviously has to be something about it that makes it special. I still think there is a secret to it.
Don't think Mr. Krabs' tactic worked? SpongeBob debuted in the 90s and people are still talking about the Krabby Patty secret formula, trying to uncover the elusive bit of knowledge in a fictional show, a piece of knowledge that doesn't really exist. For a real-world example, McDonald's own secret sauce is just mayonnaise, pickles, mustard, and a few spices, but the fact that they call it secret makes it seem like it's more exclusive and therefore more in demand than it really is. So both in real life—
Oh no, Matt, don't do this to me, no. I'm starting to believe, Matt, maybe it is just a tactic. If people believe that there's something secret about it, they're gonna come and try it. Maybe it's all a placebo effect. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Life and in 2000s cartoons, it's not about having the Krabby Patty secret formula, it's just about having something you call a secret formula. The only thing that throws a monkey wrench into Mr. Krabs' plans, though, are his employees. Hence, he hires someone like Squidward, who doesn't really care about the secret.
Squidward is my spirit animal.
And SpongeBob. SpongeBob is honest to a fault, so if SpongeBob knew about the Krabby Patty's lack of a secret formula, he might let that slip. So Mr. Krabs' solution? Slap his claws onto the keyboard for a minute and give SpongeBob a fake formula. It sounds outlandish, or just a cop-out to say that there's no real formula and that there's nothing secret to the Krabby.
Look at that face. My goodness. I don't know, Matt. I don't know. Matt brings some good points. But then again, are you telling me the Coca-Cola secret formula isn't secret either then? Because if you guys don't know Coca-Cola, they have a vault which holds their secret formula, and I think only like 2 people in the world know what the secret is to make Coca-Cola taste that way. But then again, other brands make their own cola, and sure, it doesn't taste as good, but it's really freaking close. So is it really that much of a secret? Or is Coca-Cola kind of pulling the same kind of thing, or it's all a marketing trick? There is no secret formula. I don't know.
Krabby Patty that makes it magically delicious. I mean, we all remember how Squidward completely lost his mind the first time he sunk his teeth into a Krabby.
That's what I'm saying. No normal person does this. Like, there obviously has to be something about it that makes it special.
Patty in just one bite.
I love Krabby Patty!
Surely there must be something at work here. And there is. It's just marketing once again. According to Aaron Garvey, an assistant professor of marketing at the UK Gatton College of Business and Economics, the way that people feel about a product is heavily linked to psychology and their brand association with that product.
But people know what tastes good though. If I marketed a piece of trash as the best, most tastiest thing in the world, all the money in the world wouldn't make me enjoy eating it.
In his research, he found, quote, you could take the exact same product that you were thinking about taking to market, and you could put it in front of consumers, and you could change what price you were going to launch it at, and you could change what brand it was, and they would have dramatically different impressions of that product. So when Mr. Krabs says that the Krabby Patty's secret formula is what makes it so delicious, he's actually not lying. If he's created a brand association, created what is essentially a legendary burger, people will experience it differently.
So it's all psychology, is it? Matt, why do you gotta ruin these shows for me? It's been so long since I've reacted to a film theory video. And right when I come back, there's another show that gets ruined. Come on now, and it's SpongeBob. Out of all of them, it had to be SpongeBob that got ruined.
What people believe about a product's weight or materials is dependent on the brand they believe it is. That effect is going to be just as strong, if not stronger, when it comes to totally subjective qualities like how good a burger tastes. The Krabby Patty secret formula might have started as a lie, but now the real secret ingredient is an ingredient that everyone thinks is there, but one that doesn't truly exist.
Oh my goodness, this is another show that Matt's ruined. I don't know. It's really believable that there is no secret formula. Definitely with all the evidence and stuff that Matt has brought. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I want to hold on to the belief that there's something special about the Krabby Patty that makes people go crazy for it. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Possibly share with a friend. If you do, subscribe to the family. Let me know if you think Matt's correct. Do you think Matt's correct that it's all fake and that there is no secret formula? Because Matt does have good points that he's brought up about that. And then after hearing that, it kind of makes me think, well, you know, Coca-Cola. Is it kind of the same situation where there is no secret formula for Coca-Cola? Because you have all these other brands that make their own, like, rip-off Coca-Colas or whatever, and they're quite close. Some of them taste really good. So does that mean that there is no secret formula and the only thing that really makes you like Coca-Cola over the other ones is that you think it's unique and special or something? If it's all psychological, it might be. I don't know. Anyway, if you guys like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share a friend. If you do, subscribe to the family. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Film Theorist as well. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.